Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is the first of a series of videos around a new Chingu cohort application called devGaido. This video is all about what is devGaido. So essentially, devGaido is a tool to help you in your help you grow and help you develop as a web developer, specifically at this point in the JavaScript area. So devGaido organizes public domain, basically free learning resources on the internet into predefined learning paths, but then also individual lessons. Our two primary audiences are the new JavaScript developer who has a fairly broad goal, something like, I need to learn about, or I want to learn how to build a website, or I want to take the P1XT guide that I think many of us are familiar with. I want to achieve that goal. So in that case, it's a very broad goal. For experienced JavaScript developers, you have a need that's typically a bit more granular. You want to fill specific gaps in your knowledge. So for example, as a React programmer, I may want to learn Vue. So I want to find learning resources about Vue that will let me learn it as quickly as possible. Or I may have something even more granular. I may want to learn about, for example, Git and GitHub. So I want to find a particular lesson around that subject. Well, devGaido does all of that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to log in. Now, as a new user, if you choose to, you'll sign up, and you'll get the choice of authenticating using a social media website or another website like GitHub or Google. Or if you so choose, you can put in your own, to find your own credentials, your own username and password. In my case, I'm going to authenticate with GitHub. So I'll click on that. And the reason only GitHub is showing is because that's what I've chosen. Once you've logged on, the app knows about you. So if you see it place my avatar in the upper right-hand corner, I can click on my profile and see that it's extracted my username and my email address from, as well as the avatar from, in this case, GitHub. So as a new user to devGaido, your initial need is you're going to want to find learning resources. So to do that, you'll want to go to the library, and the library presents a list of learning paths, which are larger collections of knowledge. Those are in the blue and designated by the little road icon or highway icon. And you'll also be presented with a list of courses, which are in the orange, or have the orange header. Now, at the present time, we have roughly 9 paths and around 115 courses. We will be expanding upon that in future releases. Right now, we've tried to put just enough learning resources into the app so you can get a feel for what it can provide. So to find out more about, again, a path or a course, you can view the description. You can see the rating that others have put on it. If you click, in this case, the path, you can see the goal that path intends to provide. If you don't want to take it right now, but you want to remember it for a later point in time, you can bookmark it, and we'll come to a screen in a minute where we'll show you how to use that. Now, I will take a pause for a second and note that there are some items in the app that are hard-coded. They're not 100% functional. This functionality around the rating system and also around the goals will be added in an upcoming release over the next few weeks. The other thing you'll note is that each path and course is tagged with a subject. And there can be more than one subject. In this case, it's just one. It's source code control. But we can't have multiple. To give you a better idea of what are the subjects that are covered in this particular piece of learning. So as we scroll down, we can see that this particular path, it's all about Git, but it has 3 milestones. Milestones are just collections of lessons. That's their sole purpose, is to give a logical subdivision to groups of lessons. On the left-hand side, there's a progress meter that shows you, these circles get filled in with icons as you complete things. And if I click on the milestone, you'll see that expands. We can see that I've completed try Git because it has the check mark here and the check mark here as well. If we drill down, we get more detailed information about that lesson. And just like a path, you have the ability to bookmark the lesson. You can open it to view it either by clicking this button or clicking on the screenshot, the thumbnail. Let's just go ahead and do that. If I click on that, it'll open up another window to that external resource, which in this case is try.github.io out on the internet. Once if you decide to take a lesson, once you complete it, you just simply hit the complete lesson button. That'll update your metrics. And if we go now to the dashboard, we can see that try Git is in progress. Well, it's the last thing that I touched, the last lesson I took, even though it's completed. We can see that source code control systems is the last path I was on. But there's also some other paths that I've jumped around to and from over previous sessions, and they will show up at the bottom. Similarly, if I click on bookmarked, I can see that I bookmarked a path. I bookmarked that try Git lesson. There's some others I've bookmarked in the past. And then finally, my completed lessons. So I've completed, 3 lessons across all paths. So metrics are shown on this hero image in the dashboard. As you can see, I've completed 3 lessons. I haven't completed any milestones yet, nor have I completed any paths. But as I progress, these metrics will be incremented accordingly. So let's go back to lesson. One of the other interesting things about devGaido is at the bottom of each path and lesson screen, we've integrated with Disqus, so you can actually leave comments about the course or the path. And this is really, or the lesson or the path. This is something that is intended to be a way for you to help out your fellow website users. You can leave comments about the lesson or the path. Did it help you meet your goals? Was it good? Was it bad? Were there any errors in it that it's worth taking, but you think other people should be aware of? Any quirks or whatever. So that's that ability is at the bottom of all the screens. So with that, I'll go back to the dashboard. This concludes this particular video. This has been hopefully informative and useful for you as an introduction to devGaido. Again, thank you for listening, and we hope that this proves useful for you. Thanks.